family. If you're in or near Columbia, South Carolina, you've got to visit the House of Hathor, located at 6319 North Main Street. Open Tuesday through Saturday, it's your one-stop shop for African clothing, African masks, natural soaps, incense, candles, jewelry, and more. Plus, they've got a beautiful event space. Owned and operated by Baba Rutaski and Mama Neterma Canute. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the culture. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the movement. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the people.
Greetings, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to the House of Hathor's Libation, Liberation Lifestyle Ceremony. We come to you this day with the message from our ancestors that will continue to bring forth our truth, that it will continue to bring forth the information and instructions, that they continue to influence us, that they continue to inform and instruct us to be the true vessels, altars, and temples of their great energy, spirit, and soul. And as we continue to live, love, and learn our processes of life, as we continue to bring forth our truth and the justification of our truth through our thoughts, our words, and our actions, that we will continue to be the vessels, the altars, and the temples of their great energy, spirit, and their soul. So let us bring the ancestors involved this day. Let us continue to be true to our existence. Let us continue to bring forth all that has been innate within us. We call upon our ancestors far and near, fathers and mothers of our fathers, mothers and fathers of our mothers, to bear witness to all that we have done. And it is by your example that you continue to inspire us towards reclaiming our ancestral minds, regenerating our ancestral spirit, liberating our families, our homes, and our communities, and restoring our greatness as a people. We pour libation to bring into our midst your venerable ancestral spirit, radiating your great wisdom, your courage, your dedication, and your unyielding commitment to victory by any means necessary. It is in the honor of our Creator, the great ancestor of all ancestors, our mothers and fathers, our sisters and our brothers, our children and their children, our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, our aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and elders of our community, that we pour this libation in your honor. In the honor of our Creator, the great ancestor of all ancestors, and the various manifestations of the creative spirit, we pour libation. Ashe. For our esteemed ancestors, who laid the foundation for human civilization, and who provides the wisdom to which we live, and the models by which our lives are guided, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors, who suffered the atrocities and the horrors of our Ma'afa, but yet demonstrated the victorious power of the ancestral spirit by maintaining their dignity, no matter the cost, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors, who survived and made it possible for us to be here today, that we continue the fight of our ancestral liberation and our vindication, we pour libation. Ashe. And finally, for our children and their children and future generations of our ancestors to come, that they too in their time will vindicate our race from all adversaries, and that they will continue to imprint upon the world the great genes of our ancestral humanity, we pour libation. Ashe. May your venerable spirit engulf this occasion to reaffirm our ancestral canity. It is done. The great ancestor of all ancestors is satisfied. Ashe. 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 Dua Neter. So we say, Hotep, peace and power to you all this day, my brothers and sisters, that the ancestors have given us another day, another opportunity to make a choice. And when we're speaking about choices, my brothers and sisters, we all have an opportunity to make the choice that we will live the life that we have been designed to live, that we will continue to work on our spiritual selves, that we will continue to rid our lives of the suppression, the depression, and oppressions that are trying to be placed upon all of us. And that those of us that recognizing that we are working on our spiritual growth, that we are ridding ourselves of those oppressions, those suppressions, and the depressions that the world will want to put on us, and that life and nature only bring challenges to start us on all the different things that it may want us to do. That life and nature continues to bring. That life and nature wants to continue to bring upon us the obstacles and the hurdles. That's what's going to happen regardless. So we don't have to deal with man's oppressions, suppressions, and depressions, because life and nature will bring automatic challenges upon us just to see if we are living the life that we have been designed to live. That is the difference. That is where we have to find harmony, balance, and order to know the difference between the oppressions, the suppressions, and the depressions that man want to bring upon us, and what life and nature brings challenges and obstacles and hurdles to us to test our value, to test our interests, to test our principles. That is the difference between what life and nature brings and then what man brings. And we don't have to deal with what man brings because we're dealing with what life and nature brings to us. That is natural. Challenges and obstacles and hurdles, those are natural challenges for the spirit. And man wants to bring the oppression, depression, and suppression so that we don't know the difference between the two. But we must always know the difference. We have the ability to discern what man is bringing and what life and nature is bringing. Life and nature brings challenges. It brings obstacles and hurdles for the temple, for the altar, for the vessel. But man wants us to deal with its oppressions, depressions, and suppressions so that we don't know the difference between the two. But our discernment, our spiritual discernment, will continue to work for us so that we can know the difference. And we can rid ourselves of that negativity of what man wants to bring and deal with the natural causes, because life and nature has its natural causes. It does it to itself, and so it does it to us in human form. And our ability to discern the difference between what man does and what life and nature does is where we will find our balance. That is where we will find our harmony. That is where we will find our order. And this is what the ancestors is bringing to us today. It is about choice. You have to make the choice. We have to make the choice. Opportunity another day to make the choice to work within the spirit and knowing the difference between suppression, depression, and oppression, and challenges, obstacles, and hurdles. Because those are the things that will bring us together, unify our efforts. Let us bind ourselves in spirit, knowing what your tangible, your intangibles, your internals, and your infinite spirit, energy, and soul is bringing to you, and not the distractions or attractions of what man wants to bring to you. This is what the ancestors see within us. This is where they're guiding us. This is where they're influencing us. This is where we bring and we see the enlightenment. So this is the message for today, my brothers and sisters. Let us live, love, and learn our processes of life so that we can live more abundantly, so that we can have prosperity, so that we can have enhancements, increase, and enrichments while we continue to live in this vessel, in this altar, and in this temple. So we say peace and power to you all this day. Let us continue to live, love, and learn our processes of life so that we may live more abundantly. Peace and power to you all, and ashe to our ancestors.